Welcome to the Sci-Fi Cosmic Conquest channel. We use the latest AI technology to bring your imagination to life through glorious sci-fi stories. Join us on journeys to the far reaches of the universe and witness the survival of humanity. Don't forget to like and subscribe. The small colony of engineers, scientists, and their families braced themselves to carve a new life on this alien world. Among them was Dr. Eliana Reyes, a brilliant mind in astrobiology, ready with her medical kits and unwavering determination to safeguard the health of her fellow colonists.
Welcome to another epic story. The Red Void. Introduction: the starship descended through the crimson skies of Kalarax V, a planet wrapped in mysteries and the silent echoes of a doomed expedition that ventured here half a century ago. As the hull of the vessel touched the dusty surface, the small colony of engineers, scientists, and their families braced themselves to carve a new life in this alien world. Among them was Major Eliana Reyes, Chief Medical Officer, a brilliant mind in astrobiology, ready with her medical kits and unwavering determination to safeguard the health of her fellow colonists. Chapter 1. The arrival. The journey through the depths of space to Kalarax V had taken months, but the landscape that greeted the settlers seemed to stretch back through the eons. Red rocky plains, bisected by dark ravines, all under a heavy, bruised sky. Major Eliana Reyes watched from the starship's observation deck as the alien world grew larger, feeling both anticipation and a vague sense of dread. As they landed, she was among the first to disembark, stepping onto the alien soil that kicked up fine, iron-rich dust under her boots. The early days were filled with frenetic activity, unloading equipment, erecting prefabricated modules for shelter, and establishing basic necessities like water and power. Amidst this chaos, Major Reyes set up her clinic inside a reinforced module, equipping it with the latest medical technologies brought from Earth. She organized medical supplies, set up diagnostic machines, and prepared for routine health assessments of the colonists. It wasn't long before she encountered her first patient under unusual circumstances. Mark Jensen, one of the engineers responsible for setting up the solar arrays, came to her in a state of panic. His face was pale, his body trembling as he spoke of voices carried by the wind, voices that called out to him by name, whispering secrets from the dark corners of the planet. Chapter 2. The haunting. As the colony took shape, more settlers reported strange experiences, visions of figures standing in the shadows of the mountains and sounds of footsteps where no one walked. Major Reyes, concerned and curious, began documenting these incidents, searching for patterns or environmental causes. She took samples from the air and soil, wondering if hallucinogenic compounds or magnetic fields might be influencing their perceptions. Meanwhile, Alex Mercer, a young geologist with deep personal ties to the planet's history, held a different view. His grandfather had been the sole survivor of the first disastrous expedition, and Alex had grown up with tales of the haunted landscapes of Kalarax V. He approached Major Reyes with old expedition logs and photographs, suggesting that whatever had affected past explorers might still be at large. Together, they set up monitoring stations at various colony sites, recording environmental data and capturing video feeds around the clock. Night after night, they reviewed footage that occasionally flickered with inexplicable shadows. Despite Major Reyes' skepticism, she couldn't dismiss the growing unease among the settlers, nor could she explain everything through science alone. Chapter 3. The investigation. Driven by the need for answers, Major Reyes and Alex organized an expedition to the coordinates of the old expedition's final camp. The journey through Kalarax V's rugged terrain was treacherous, with steep climbs and sudden, swirling dust storms that obscured their path. When they arrived, they found remnants of the old camp, tattered tents, scattered equipment, and a half-buried storage container. Inside, they uncovered a locked case containing hard drives with encrypted data and old journals, brittle with age, detailing psychological strain and mysterious illnesses among the first explorers. As they decrypted the data and translated the journals, a picture began to emerge of an expedition plagued by paranoia and fear, driven to madness by something unseen. One entry described a darkness that watches, and another warned of the voices that should not be heard. Chapter 4. The revelation. Further investigation led them to a hidden cavern illuminated by bioluminescent fungi. Inside, they discovered an ancient alien artifact, its surface covered in intricate carvings that pulsed with a soft, ominous light. Major Reyes, ever the scientist, set up sensors and scanners, theorizing that the artifact might be emitting a form of radiation affecting their neural pathways. But as they studied the artifact, the environment around them seemed to warp subtly. Shadows grew longer, and the air thickened. Visions of the past expedition flickered before their eyes, men and women driven to despair, their screams echoing off the cavern walls. Alex, gripped by the sight, insisted they were seeing the last moments of his grandfather's team. Chapter 5. The confrontation. The situation escalated quickly when a violent electromagnetic storm cut off their communication with the colony. Isolated, with their equipment faltering, Major Reyes and Alex faced increasing manifestations of their worst fears. The artifact's influence grew stronger, warping reality to the point where they could no longer trust their senses. Faced with the imminent breakdown of their team and the potential threat to the entire colony, Major Reyes made the difficult decision to destroy the artifact. Together, they prepared an explosive device, placing it near the artifact. As they detonated the device, the cavern shook violently, and the artifact shattered, its eerie light extinguishing, silencing the haunting whispers. Chapter 6. The resolution in the aftermath. As the dust settled and the electromagnetic storm cleared, the colony regained communication. The hallucinations and eerie experiences stopped abruptly, leaving the settlers in a state of wary relief. Major Reyes documented everything, the data serving as both a warning and a profound discovery about the dangers and wonders of Kalarax V. The colony slowly returned to normalcy, but the echoes of what had occurred lingered. Major Reyes, now seen as both a savior and a pioneer, continued her work, wary of further undiscovered mysteries on the planet. The settlers learned to live with the planet's shadows, respectful of the thin line between exploration and provocation. Epilogue. A new dawn. Life on Kalarax V continued. The settlers adapted, and new ships brought more colonists eager to build on the foundation laid by those who came before. Major Reyes watched the sunset against the vast landscape, a reminder of the planet's beauty and mystery. Kalarax V was their home now, a place of untold stories and uncharted frontiers, where the past and future merged into the present.